The use of standardized testing is not improving education in the United States because people are able to cheat the system, the cost is too high, and they do not prepare students for problems they will face in the future. Standardized testing in America has been around since the mid-19th century. It was then used for analyzing and comparing academics and teaching. These tests over time became popular and they began being used as a means to help place students in curriculums that were tailored to match their specific abilities. Standardized testing became a requirement for schools to receive federal funding. Teachers were held accountable for low test scores, which improved the educators as a whole. Standardized testing has only grown since then, and on that note, looking at education in the United States, the increase of standardized testing has not had a positive outcome. I will now move into my first argument. A decent amount of students and educators have learned how to cheat the system for their own personal gain, and if they are not caught, they are rewarded with their test results. In an article written by Judy Woodruff this past April, she mentions that in Atlanta, a jury convicted 11 former educators for being tied to fraudulent standardized tests. This data goes to show that even teachers have been caught helping students cheat on these tests just to earn another bonus or please other people. If teachers are supposed to set an example, the students are learning that it is okay to cheat the system for their own personal gain. For example, a former football recruiter for the University of Louisiana at Lafayette used to send high school recruits to Mississippi because they would fix their test scores there so that they could play ball for the university. Well, that's not okay, and the NCAA has now recognized this and penalized the university and the football recruiter. I have also known of people programming their TI-84 calculators so that it does every single math problem on the ACT, and they get a perfect score in the math section, but then a low score in reading. So how can this really affect what colleges see from us? I will now move into my second argument. Standardized tests provide a lot of useful information at low cost and consume little class time. A lot of people agree with this statement. However, I disagree because even though the test itself may have a minimal cost per student, the price per student plus the price of the materials adds up for the state really quick. According to the article, State Spending on K-12 Assessments, the report mentions that there is a risk of multi-million-dollar assessment contracts contributing to a political backlash against testing among parents and taxpayers who oppose the use of standardized testing for accountability purposes or object to public dollars flowing to for-profit companies. Under the No Child Left Behind Act, the requirement to test students has caused for a lot of federal money that could be used to give educators raises to be used for standardized testing. The funds must be taken from other areas in order to accommodate the budget, so in certain, maybe poorer schools, they're lacking in things and necessities that they may need to make up for this policy on standardized testing that's required. Taxpayers and parents do not always agree with where the money is being spent, which causes conflict. If I were paying this money and I didn't agree with it, I wouldn't be okay with it either. This brings me to my third and final argument. Standardized testing may teach students to be good test takers, but it does not prepare them for real-world scenarios they will face in the future. According to an article written by N.T. Edwards, a focus on testing can lead to students lacking in problem-solving skills and limited experiential learning. Students may experience a narrower curriculum, which results in a lack of full education in all subjects. The main focuses for standardized tests are English, math, reading, and science. However, plenty of subjects exist outside of these, and there is so much more learning that is being cut out due to the focus on standardized tests. This wraps up my 3 arguments for why an increase in standardized testing has not improved the education system in the United States. And I hope you now agree with me.